When it was opened, this private prison was Lake County's biggest employer. Even closed, it's still the county's largest taxpayer. The 1,800-bed prison owned by Florida-based GEO Group closed in 2022 after President Joe Biden issued an executive order to end the Fed's use of private prisons.
They're a private prison, for the most part, selling beds to the Fed. And the Feds have gone, Republicans, Democrats, Republicans, Democrats. And it seems like every 4 to 8 years, we're kind of stuck in the middle.
Now, the ACLU says it's obtained documents that show that under President Donald Trump, the pendulum is swinging back.
This is certainly an offer by the facility to become an immigration detention facility.
The D.C.-based ACLU attorney says it would be a bad fit for any community.
Anytime ICE opens a detention facility, it makes it a lot easier for its agents to detain people in the local community because some of the logistical barriers for enforcement and detention go down if there's a detention facility down the street. I think it's important for communities to say this is not what we want in our town.
But that's not what they're saying in this town.
That would be an economic boom for Lake County.
The poverty rate here is 21%, much higher than the rest of the state. Right down the road from the prison.
Quarter mile.
John Arndt lives in a camper tucked away in the woods. He has heard the rumors about the prison reopening.
I'm not opposed to that at all. It's a facility that would employ people here.
The prison employed as many as 300 before it closed.
I think the sentiment in the community is we don't really care what capacity that it's opened. Whether it be, even if it went back to a state of Michigan contract, which I don't think it ever will, but if that does happen, we would just like to see the facility opened.
At the end of the day, I guess, besides what your philosophical view is or your morality, at the end of the day, they are the biggest taxpayer, and when they're open, the biggest employer in our county. And that has a huge spin-off effect.
An ICE spokesman refused to discuss the Baldwin prison, but says the agency is, quote, exploring all options to meet its current and future detention requirements. The ACLU says it will continue to track talks between ICE and the private prison company. It's a story we'll continue to follow. In Lake County, I'm Target 8 investigator Ken Kolker.